Fiki Mahamudu Bawumia or saying, if God chose King Cyrus, who was not a Jew, then God can choose Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who is a Muslim, to lead Ghana. But may I sure say, I know people or tafre double to Bawumia. Yasra oni anya kasi Jewfo. Asante forma pa, ko forma pa, enzima forma pa, en awuna for enta forma pa. Yeah, then e be Jewfo. He did not lose the elections because he's a Muslim. He lost it because Ghanaians got to know he's a liar.
So I'm from Hana TV. So in fact, Kelvin Taylor, in fact, Wababi didn't come on or day pa no to bomb say. What to and someone or dinner pass same period said that come Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Ni na say, and I know that Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia be supposed to be a watcher say. Say trade and Punyanko you can Saros man be DJU for so they are. Then the young also trade and Pobe you know Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia na be lead Ghana. You know. And I Kelvin Taylor saying can't Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia say. Same period and Ghana for and to a ba and vote to on it. Oran and Nado down Kwakufuado out 2024 no 2024 because of you can say communion name so Ghana for who's ultimately lead or you're incompetent ultimately lead you can say Ghana and that's on your capable so bit lead Ghana and nothing a Ghana for a vote out or Ghana for so your trophy or you be on kind of correct or your damn just some catch Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia I know the purpose you more video nim and then some who do be our casa in fact Brunya we are the chain Brunya Biano you could sound command because I say by Papa day Abba Hana TV but what enough for join to comment section and media break and Kikaini na Enfama or former crowd.
And this is one story and the circulated on social media so Nina Otrofo Azani Muna Fiki Mahamudu Bawumia or saying, if God chose King Cyrus, who was not a Jew, then God can choose Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who is a Muslim, to lead Ghana. Bawumia says, Onyankopon to me, obi a friend of Cyrus, ana onye Jew ni, ema ne tumi be den, etumi ebedi omonima. And there also Mahamudu Bawumia no onyame betumi eyi no. Ama na bedi Ghana so na Bawumia yesre o. Yesre o. Na enya ka se Jewfo. Bawumia me sure say anope bi or tafre double to Bawumia. Yasra o enya ka se Jewfo. Asante forma pa, ko forma pa, enzima forma pa, en awuna for enta forma pa. Yeah, then e be Jewfo. Where you for yourself? But the fact of the case is that say somebody needs to tell Bawumia and the NPP say he did not lose the elections because he's a Muslim. And that is one thing Bawumia is not getting, and it's something that he knows, but he just doesn't want to accept. You people should let Bawumia understand that the 2024 elections he lost, he lost it because Ghanaians got to know he's a liar. He's incapable of managing the affairs of this nation. That's all. It is not about Bawumia being a Muslim or Bawumia being married to somebody from Chad. No. Mahamudu Bawumia needs to understand, said this kind of petty, childish, sympathetic politics, it does not work again. In 2024, 90% of the people who voted and voted the NPP out of power, they voted because they had assessed you for 8 years. And they have come to that point, say, you don't have the intellectual know-how to be the leader of this nation. So it's got nothing to do with Osuma Osum. It's got nothing to do with tribal Ufrim. And you people need to get to that point and understand, say, Ghana for Jimmy. Let me tell you. Say, Obia Ostate, religious politics, it was you, Mahamudu Bawumia. You went to the north and told our brothers and sisters in the northern region, say, because we are in Kremoninti, yan twaba maumedi president, Sebio, in Sobia and Kremonina, Sebio, with Jimmy, I'll say man be president. So this kind of petty, tribal, religious politics, you started it, and you still not learned any sense to say, the new Ghanaian, the young Ghanaian, the Gen Zs, they don't care about this kind of mifriha, michiniha, or somewhere na mismo. They are looking at your intellectual know-how, how consistent you are, how truthful you are, and how you can solve their problems for them. We are one of the longest serving running mates in Ghana. And we are the longest serving vice president in Ghana. Inti so be catch say or be a friend Cyrus Onyankopon say na onye Jew ni e ma no be di Jew for so ye enye Jew for. And you need to get the basics right. 90% of the people who voted because no more chiromo. They voted because you lied to them that you were going to make sure their businesses survive. They voted against you because they could not trust your words. They voted against you because the jobs you said you were going to create, NAPCO, what, you could not create them. They voted against you because you say you were an economist or you are an economist and that you could sustain the economy, you could manage the economy to the point whereby the dollar was going to go lower than where you inherited it. But at the end of the day, they realized that the dollar was killing them. Their capital were all being swallowed up by your bad policies. So 90% of people who voted did not vote because you were Muslim. 90% of people who voted against the NPP did not vote because of one time. They voted because you are not intelligent enough to manage the affairs of this nation. And when it is better you come to that realization. King Cyrus, maybe I don't care about King Cyrus. Who the heck is King Cyrus? Diame me be di organ na hia me. Diame wo fa owo Antombra ebedi na hia me. Diame nua ofa nyoma e wo Togo. Ni sika sebio ni capital enshi na hia me. Na King Cyrus de me fam ho ben. But you are still not getting it. You are still being misled. The people are telling you, sir, because you ain't crebonity now losing here, that is where you are getting it wrong. You lost because you are not smart. You lost because you are not intelligent. You lost because you are a liar. You lost because the people, the citizenry, they lost that respect for you. They were heartbroken. They did not believe in your words and they still don't believe in your words. So it's about time you sat back, had a very strong reflection, and then understand and respect the intelligence of the people and because these kind of things, it will not convince anybody to vote for you. Face the reality. Let them know the truth. Stop acting as if you are a child. Let the people know that we messed up. I am not qualified to be an economist. When was the last time you spoke about the economy, Bawumia? You have been working around the nation saying, oh, your campaign. When was the last time you spoke on the economy? You have never spoken on economy again, Adentra, because you know from day one you were lying to the people. You are waiting for mistakes to happen for you to pounce on it. We are not stupid. Mistakes will happen, but we are not going to give you an opportunity. Mistakes will happen, but we are not going to give you an opportunity because you are not intelligent enough to solve problems. And that is what you need to know. But we are going to be critical and factual. You do one grache. Onam Ghana yedi blade kan wasi ye yedi tata blade kan wasi we yedi Gillette kan wasi say wada no ho hwa yen kan ho asem de bia no ashrenke. We need to let you know the truth. Enti, get it right. Stop tickling yourself. Stop massaging your own balls. Face the reality. You lost not because you are a Muslim. You lost because the people don't trust you. You lost because the people know now you have been exposed. You are not smart. You are not intelligent. You cannot handle the economy of this nation. You lost because you are a liar. You lost because the people have no trust in you. Deal with these things. Deal with these things. And stop the comedy of you trying to be you are not going to get any sympathetic vote in Ghana again. The young Ghanaian is not willing to give anybody a sympathetic vote. The young Ghanaian is waiting for you to convince them through Wankasa Wanwasem and the young Ghanaian. So that 1992 kind of politics, Kofo de Noya Santinio and NPP, it's about what you can do, especially when you have been a vice president. Nana Dankwa Kufuado in 2012 or whatever, when 2016, 90% of Omoto Obama Kufuado, they knew Kufuado wasn't smart. They knew Akufo-Addo was ignorant. They knew Akufo-Addo was daft. They knew he was a crackhead. Majority of the people who voted for Akufo-Addo, they voted for Akufo-Addo because of you. You were moving around the nation like a headless chicken, putting together symposium, explaining to Ghanaians how you can solve our economic problem. Yeah, the problem now going to man solve it for 8 years. Today you are telling us, say, Yanko Israel, na obi a Jew ni, and na onye Jew ni. Now tell me the Jew for some fan. Woman Prusini, get a 2 Israel new Jews, a Israel for Krum, Mahamudu dear, hey, Famana, the Trimusa Shwa, Famano. No, true echo form. This is what we call good governance, aban papa. And then you bring the Magana for Atiasie. You see us afifu from aban way achre say ombetumi achichiro man no aban way achre say nyansa yede chichire man no omuobi. And the Ghana for yen nyina yendi yawo ewo yemu ende edwadifo sebio obo mkra nyoma omo amoton nyama obia wo eden ayemhye obia wo what we call confidence in the economy. Confidence ede de chichire man ende so do sika ekoto bank awunsu ende so wokoda as an investor, as an importer, as an exporter awunsu because you say ade bechi no dollar no enya de be free 10 akodu 17. And that is what we voted for. Into mama yankutem distractions ne de wo ho ye tietia nipa bi ka ye tietia media fo bi ka ye tietia nkofo bi ka se omombe daada mo betwa mo ntro se Ghana ye din enso wo udi bronya 2020 udi bronya 2021 udi bronya 2022 udi bronya 2023 and 2024 sa 2025 bronya udi ni nansen o se difference wom if we say ende Ghana ni bi ehun se enye ko anticipate day and the Ghana for to me to edian emu kofie etumi to enam akoko ekofie Ghana ni etumi ekotua ne tight and the Ghana ni etumi efa car ehun se petrol bo abafom we intine nyina ka se yembo ye homodin na yen toaba na yenyi NDC na yembo NDC ho ban for the next 41 years na omundi Ghana so in this how me a aban papa ba mene wo mienu ne betima criticize aban no minu mienu ene yebetuma gina aban ne kon homa na ye de yepe minu mienu ne yebetuma boa aban we ma aban we aye de ye ne yepe inti it is up to you and myself to protect this government, to guide this government. Some ye adiena nya, we need to be honest, tell them in their face and correct them. You need alternative BIBM as a nation. Our only alternative is the NDC led by John Mahama, the NDC that is ready to work, the NDC that is ready to serve. That is the alternative. The alternative is the NDC, and the government is the NDC. Into any alternative biano, yenye want to say the age for ye the enimbo nsam jem, the enimane say ye ko osra hinim, the ebeya ko osra hinim no enne hiaye, ye nima de friend bon nsam jem. As far as ye enimbo nsam jem no, the ya ne papa, because papa nkwa na de be ko osra himemu. Into yemienu menewo ye Ghana fo a any alternative in politics, you know. Our only alternative is the NDC, and the only NDC you betuma boa amana chichire man no and also dey niti omo so. Inti ye de yenim hwe, yenim bonsam jem, and yenim bone. The enim say ye papa because yenim say ye papa ni wi a ye osra himemu ne ebeko. Inti our alternative is the NDC, and the NDC is the only option a ye nyina e wo say ye di ekyire na ye boa amana chichire Ghana e ma ye nyina. Now, mama yenko yenim na yendwudwam team stay with me. Nipa bebre o platform no so Kelvin Taylor bomidin dabi ye de ahyehye so senior madam bio police officer penyini pa also your goal is an offside goal. Oh madam yeah sanka ojine bianka hu zenye easy o madam masam go no CBS working madam menkasa o the nipa nche o ai a clear cut go pa some man for hwe form na on say gara for bebre hwe dan hu form no on say afero mo hu form no oh ankofo na me no bo no hwe form no say me to be bu name ai ti madam na form sa now let's move on. All right, thank you sir. Now inti enyine hu dollar no and the dollar no 1050 and a John Mahama NDC. Pound sterling 1417 and our euro 1233. Aban papa ba inti
we komo in fact Kelvin the Taylor boy ababedi wabato to be amana ura Dr. Rés Bawumia and ope anya some kitokwa and hina ejina ni poster o make say you can say secretary ponyankopon timi Ken Saros emani be diju for so you can say Kelvin Taylor say yenye jufo ye asante former pa ye kremo former pa ye daguma zanoma former pa ye daguma former pa wakani na etino ura Rés Bawumia nja so de toto jufo ho no 7 players yenye jufo etu ye Ghana ni kremoni e na oba be di so it was say abano nye se ye tutia so ye kremoni o David 7 players san kremofo ye nipa ai o mi nipa enia ye kan say sebi was say unimi nyansa no nche so ye kremoni ntento abana ma we yen sama Kelvin Taylor ye de e kan etino yato abatia wa enkofa nkɔhyɛ sɛ me yakramuni ɛna sisi debi ɔse ye penipo started this out can say religious man ye partisan na so de campaign ɛyɛwo Mahama Bawumia na ahyɛ ase ɔse bra wo kuru mu no kɔka kyerɛ mu sɛ me yesimu news me yakramuni news me de nto to abane de emame sana kokan itebuso we nsɛm a Kelvin the Tailor Boy da bato afa Dr. Mahama Bawumia ho abuso ya me do besi ya Hana TV subscribe to the channel now do adventure to comment section.